the song with your heart. Play the song with your heart.
Number one, we're going to start off with the Chicago Bears, the Hard Knocks team, and they have, man, they've done a lot this offseason. It's been a just resurgence, you could say, when it comes to Chicago Bears. I mean, this is the first time that I feel like this team has really, you could really say there's a lot of optimism going around. So yeah, they're able to get a offensive lineman. Let's see who they got. Dante Pettis. They traded for Keenan Allen. They got what's DeAndre Swift. Who else they get? They got a offensive lineman from the Rams, Coleman Shelton. So yeah, that's really about it. I could have sworn they got somebody else to get it. Yeah, those are really the only key names I really see right now. Okay, let's look at the depth chart real quick. So the Bears depth chart, obviously they drafted Rome Odunze. They drafted Caleb Williams. We all know that. So looking at the depth chart, they have DJ Moore, they have Rome Odunze, Keenan Allen as the starting wide receivers. We all know that. Like who doesn't know that? Obviously, Caleb Williams, he's going to start. Like, there's no question. DeAndre Swift is going to be the starting running back. They're going to have Khalil Herbert as the number 2 behind DeAndre Swift. You have Cole Kmet, who's going to start, obviously. Darnell Wright, their right tackle, who's really good for them. He's entering year 2. That's good. He's one of their better offensive linemen. Then you have Nate Davis. You have Ryan Bates. You have Tevin Jenkins, who's also really good on that offensive line. And then you have Braxton Jones. Here's the thing with the Bears is besides Darnell Wright and Tevin Jenkins, everybody else is pretty much a question mark when it comes to will they be able to protect Caleb Williams. So if we're going to look at the Achilles heel of this offense, it's going to be the interior of that offensive line. It's going to be the center, the right guard, and the left tackle. Those are going to be big problems for the Chicago Bears this coming season. And when we look at the defense, it has steadily improved. You know, they traded for Montez Sweat. He has been a godsend for them. Andrew Billings, Gervin, Dexter Sr., DeMarcus Walker, TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds. I didn't know he was 6'5". This dude is tall as hell. 6'5", 250. My God. Tyreek Stevenson, Shaquan Brisker, Kevin Byard.
Oh, they got Kevin Byard?
Yeah, they got Kevin Byard out of the blue.
Shoot, Jonathan Owens might be better. I ain't gonna lie.
Really? Oh, Kevin Byard is a good dude. Man,
he on good dude alert.
See what happens when you go to the Eagles? Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon. So those are the starters. Then you have obviously Jonathan Owens. He's going to back up on free safety, and then we don't really need to go Elijah Hicks, Terrell Smith. You know, we don't really have to go much into detail on the other ones, but that's pretty much it when it comes to the defense and offense. And yeah, let's look. Is there any draft picks we need? Nope. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to Chicago Bears. So Brian, tell me, when it comes to Chicago Bears, obviously they made a lot of moves. You know, you draft Caleb Williams, who's the number 1 pick, and then you draft Rome Odunze, who in a lot of drafts would probably be the number 1 receiver in certain drafts. So how do you feel about the
Stay
Chicago
away from
Bears?
them drafts.
Oh, really? Wait, you don't like Rome Odunze?
I do, not over Marvin Harrison and Malik Davis.
I said most drafts, not this draft.
Oh,
not
okay,
this past draft. Not this past. Yeah. Not this past draft. Obviously, Marvin Harrison Jr. is number 1. But yeah, how do you feel about the Bears this coming season? And is there any pessimism about some of the things coming out of Chicago?
I'm gonna speak as if I was a Bears fan.
Okay.
I would be, if I was a Bears fan, I would be pretty optimistic about this team. I mean, you look at the roster, you look at the receiving core. You have a dude at everywhere. You look on the outside, you got DJ Moore. You look in the slot, you got Keenan Allen. Look on the other end, you got Rome Odunze, who's supposed to be a promising young rookie. Maybe you even look in the tight end spot, you got Cole Kmet. In the backfield, they still got Khalil Herbert, correct?
Yep.
And then you got DeAndre Swift. Only thing you need to be worried about for real is if the line can block. And we already know there's 2 solid players on the line. And from what I've seen about these other guys, they aren't slouches. Now, they probably won't be elite But if you can block well enough, hey, you can do a lot of stuff. And Caleb Williams, we already know how talented he is. We just got to see how he adapts to the game speed, how the offenses, like the playbook and everything, nuanced QB, young QB things, and I'll see how he develops through that. Man, the defense. Once they got that trade for Montez Sweat, they were a top 10 unit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they put really good numbers out. They wasn't giving up a whole rack of points or anything like that. It was getting pressure. Jalen Johnson shutting down a side of the field. I think did he get snubbed from the top 100 list? I think he
I
did.
think he may have, yeah.
Yeah, so I expect this defense to remain solid. You know, they still got Eberflus there, and from what
Mm-hmm.
I see in the Hard Knocks, he's more of a players coach. And I'm glad that they're paying great deal of attention to Caleb Williams. And the excerpt or the little comments that Nick Saban talked about QB, we all know Saban he's a college guy. But
Mm-hmm.
still, I mean, he knows how to coach at the end. He knows how to coach and build those relationships up with players, because there's definitely been players that, especially QBs at Bama, that you could say have overplayed with how good they really are.
Mm-hmm.
Tua. I'm sorry, I had
Should have said Matt Jones. You should have said Matt Jones.
Matt Jones. I don't even know
Yeah.
who that is.
Mac Jones from the Patriots.
Oh, Mac Jones. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it sounded like you said Matt. I'm like, who the heck is Matt Jones? Yeah, Mac Jones. Yeah, but
Yeah.
so yeah, I actually like that. That was an interesting little conversation they had there. I like to see stuff like that on Hard Knocks. And I fell asleep in the middle of the episode, but that was for a different reason, not because it was boring. But yeah, I think the Bears can definitely win like 8 games.
I think they could win a little bit more. I think they can win 9.
They possibly. I got to see what their schedule is. Not that it kind of matters. Let me look at the schedule.
No, it definitely matters. I mean, it's a.
I mean, you know, paper. You really don't know until you
start playing. Yeah, my thing with the Bears is I'm always going to go back to the trenches when it comes to our team's going to win or not. And I think with the Bears, their trenches could be a little bit better. I think their D-line is decent, but I don't think it's like dominant. Like, I'm not too fearful of their D-line. Like, Montez Sweat, he does put fear in my heart, and I think their secondary is a lot better than what it used to be.
Absolutely.
So I like that aspect of it, but overall, I'm not. I like Trey. I like their middle linebacker, and I like Montez Sweat, and I like Jalen Johnson, and I like Brisker as well. But overall, when it comes to the trenches, it doesn't scream dominant to me. It doesn't scream like they're going to just impose their will on every team that they face. Because when you face the Detroit Lions, when you face the Green Bay Packers, your trenches better be in order, because their trenches is pretty good. Their trenches is pretty solid. With this team, you're right. Depending on the schedule, we have to look at the schedule. Let me search up their schedule.
It's most of the tough games is going to be interdivision games. Obviously, they got like the 49ers on there, the Panthers and the Jaguars. Let me see. I just had it pulled up. Yeah, their schedule isn't like super tough or anything. It's just they just got to win the division games. That's going to be the toughest part.
Yeah, that is going to be the toughest part. Yeah, I mean, it's not like their schedule isn't too bad as long as Caleb Williams lives up to the bill. I think he will. Like, I saw the first preseason game earlier, and boy, did he look comfortable. He was throwing dots. I was like, that arm talent is absurd. It's just.
That's why I say it's all about whether he could see it. You just gotta see it, you know.
Did you see his first throw, bruh? Like, first throw, first completion, and he's throwing darts
in a tight window too.
Tight window. And then there was another throw where he was rolling right, and like he threw it to a receiver, and it was like 30 yards down the field. I'm like, yo, this is not many dudes can do that. Just boom, laser dart to the receiver. That's why he was the number 1 pick for a reason. And there's some people questioning him. I'm just like, y'all are crazy, bro. Like he got it, man. Like, oh, can he process? Can he play in structure? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, stop it. We see it. If you watch the film, we see he could play in structure. So yeah, man, the Chicago Bears. I think this team can win 9 games. I think this team is going to be really, really good. They're going to be very competitive. I just think, will the line hold up in on the passing side of things? I think they're a relatively good run blocking team, but on the passing side of things, I need to know, are they going to be able to hold up and give Caleb Williams enough time? Good thing about Caleb Williams, he's an improviser. He can scramble, he can extend plays. That's why you draft him number one, because in case your offensive line isn't the greatest, can you overcome? I think he can do it. Even though he's a rookie, I think he can really do it. And he's going to be great. They're going to be really good. Just going off of the first preseason game, Shane Waldron coming from the Seahawks, it looks like the offense there's a lot of good things that I saw from the offense. Obviously, it's vanilla. Obviously, they're not gonna implement a real game plan, but just off of first glimpse, off of first look, it seems like it seems like good things ahead for the Chicago Bears. It doesn't seem like the same old Chicago Bears with Justin Fields and Mitchell Trubisky. So yeah, man. All right.
Just let me be me.